Hey everyone, this is Walter, and we're back here with more stories I found on Reddit. Once again, I'm covering Reddit Am I Overreacting, a subreddit to ask if you're overreacting to any given situation. But I guess you can't suggest or encourage violence, which is hard not to do in some of these stories. Let's get started with stories from Reddit Am I Overreacting. Am I overreacting by rejecting my boyfriend's proposal because he asked to be open? My, female 30, boyfriend, male 31, took me to Edinburgh. It was the 10-year anniversary of our first date on Saturday just gone. We met when we were both at Edinburgh University, so it seemed very romantic to go back to where it all started. I was anticipating something special, as he'd booked us into the Caledonian and told me to pack something nice, and he was acting really nervous. It reminded me of how he'd been shy around me when we'd first met, working up the nerve to ask me out. I ended up asking him. I think he'd been planning to propose at the restaurant we had reservations for, but instead he got down on one knee when we were up on Calton Hill. He held open a ring box and said to me 5 words I'll never forget. "Will you open marry me?" I laughed initially because I was confused. When I asked him come again, he repeated the same question. I asked him to explain, and he started feeling really shaky. Basically, he says he loves me and wants to affirm his commitment to me and give me the wedding I deserve. But he also wants to open our relationship up and sleep with other women, and he didn't want me getting the wrong idea that I'm not enough for him or that he was looking to leave. Yeah, I know about people opening up their marriages. I think it usually goes badly, but it works for some people. I have never heard of proposing to an open marriage, especially after dating normally for 10 years. So he thought if he combined the 2 proposals into one with the phrase, "Will you open marry me?" I'd understand he wanted to marry me, but also that he wanted to sleep with other women, but that each one is not related to the other. He wants to be my husband. He also wants to sleep with other women. I started crying a bit, which made him panic, because I very rarely cry. It was not a quick walk back to our hotel room. He kept saying things to me, but I think I'd gone into shock. I can't remember anything he was saying. Eventually, when we were back in the room, he was cracking nervous jokes and said, "You know, you never gave me an answer." I really think this man has found the fastest way in history to tank his relationship. I'd stopped crying at this point. I just looked at him and told him no. So he weirdly started prattling on about how that was fine, and asking me if I'd thought about what time of year I'd like us to get married. I just stared at him. He kept going. He was taking the attitude that it was a no to having an open marriage, so we'd just have a monogamous marriage. But that was no problem at all, if that's what I wanted. I asked him to leave me be for a bit because I needed to lie down, to go have a drink somewhere so I could rest up and get ready. He kept telling me how much he loved me, but eventually he did leave. We hadn't come with separate suitcases, so I just put my smalls and a clean blouse in my purse. We both had personal bank accounts separate from the joint one, and I had my card. I left. I was able to book into a travel lodge, which is where I've been staying since. At some point he came back to the hotel and realized I wasn't there, so started ringing and ringing. I texted him I was fine, but I'd need some space. He's been texting me a lot, but I've been ignoring it. I've not done any daft theatrics. People know I'm okay. A lot want to know what happened. I've just said I don't want to talk about it for now, but I'm fine. The only person I've told is my line manager, who's let me have the week off short notice, but I didn't discuss it, just told. He extended his stay somewhere in town, but is headed home to London now, and he's still texting me. There's apologies. He says he knows he messed up, and he wants to make it up to me. He says he knows I'm reading the messages. He's not a violent man. I don't feel in danger. I just don't think I can go back to the flat. I don't want an open marriage. I don't want to marry him at all. I don't want to see him again. My no was a no to everything. He wants me to just forget the weekend happened and to go back to how things were. The thought of him makes my skin crawl. But also, I don't have enough money to get my own place in London. I thought about transferring offices, but I've been blowing through my money at a rate of knots with this hotel room. I don't know that I'd be able to cover a deposit and the upfront rent, handle trains back and forth, deal with the move, and start my life over. Am I overreacting? I don't want to talk about this with anyone I know in real life. I feel like a joke. My mother died a few years ago, and she's about the only person I'd feel comfortable discussing it with. Up until now, I thought we were happy. This has completely blindsided me. Is it reasonable to end a 10-year relationship over this? He says he's sorry and he loves me. What am I supposed to do? Couples therapy? Relate starts from 55 pounds a session. And we can't afford that. And I don't know that I'd want to try. I kind of feel like no one has the right to tell her she's overreacting if that's how she feels about it. Maybe moving across the country and starting life over might be. That sounds pretty rough, but I wouldn't be able to afford to live alone in a city either. Do you have family anywhere you can stay with? A friend you could rent with? The relationship is obviously over if he makes your skin crawl. So now the problems are logistical ones. I agree. Look, I know it feels embarrassing to let others in, but this is one of those times to be vulnerable. With a trusted friend at least. Also, I'm so sorry for saying this, but choose wisely. A friend who is supportive and never belittled you or gaslight you. He can't take it back, and you can't unhear it. And 9 out of 10, if you feel blindsided, didn't notice any red flags or resentment building, by the idea of an open relationship, he's either got someone in mind or already messed up. It's okay to need help. I know it's hard to ask, but my life genuinely improved when I stopped doing everything on my own. You really have to wonder how long he was ruminating on this before he took the leap. Probably quite a while. Absolutely. Good grief. Who the fuck proposes an open marriage without ever having any kind of prior, extremely necessary conversation about being open? There's no coming back from this. I'm so sorry, OP. You have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. You should be proud of yourself for not accepting this. Not overreacting. He purposely combined his marriage proposal with asking if you could open up the relationship because he thought in your mind, getting married would outweigh your feelings about the other. What a jerk. He could have broached the subject of opening the relationship in a completely different way. Say by asking you if you thought you'd ever get tired of just being with him. Do you feel like you're missing out only being with him, etc.? Instead, he chose the path of manipulation. By the way, I don't always fully agree with the comments I read in these videos, but I do agree with that one. Happened to me. After 12 years together, 6.5 of them married, told me he wanted an open relationship. When I said no, he trickle-truthed me for 2 weeks. Turns out he had been cheating the whole time with randoms, and never broke up with his college girlfriend that he dated before we were together. Divorced immediately. Years of therapy later, I say to you now that when they ask, just run. I have a feeling this video is going to go long, but let's read this epic. This is a heavily cut conversation after hundreds, genuinely, of texts across 2 different platforms, 5 calls and 2 voicemails. Keep in mind I had already broken up with him by this point. We officially broke up January 6th, 2025. And it looks like these messages are from 3 days later. All I really wanted was the best for you. And to be honest with not just me, but yourself. You're emotionally cutting yourself, and it feels wrong for me to just let you do this unchallenged. You're the love of my life, and I know you're scared. I'm scared for you. I just want to give you a hug. If you love me, please help me stop you from hurting the person I love. And just like that, he becomes the victim somehow. Are you at least okay? I can't stop worrying about you. Please, be okay. If I actually deserve to be shut out, I hate myself so much for failing. I'm actually so worried I'm tempted to check on you. Please, take a deep breath. I need space. This asshole is so fucking manipulative. Wait until you see his next move. Literally flipped a switch, and he claims he can't remember anything. He doesn't have any. The only diagnosis he has is anxiety/depression, but this feels like mania/extreme dissociation. I got scared. Okay, I'm sorry. This is odd. I don't remember why I was worried. Didn't we do web fishing yesterday? What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? We haven't played web fishing in days. Really? Blank, you're freaking me the fuck out. I'm confused. You leveled up to level 50. Yeah, but that was like the last time we called, which was days ago, before we broke up. Really? I don't know. Would it help if we relaxed on there? I'm sorry you're going through a lot. No, leave me the fuck alone. You're scaring me. What? What did I do? We are broken up. If you're having selective amnesia or something, go back and reread our messages. This is terrifying. Mainly showing these to explain how many times I begged for him to just leave me be. All I want is for you to let me go. I've said everything I've wanted to say. This is plain manipulation, and even if it's coming from a place of love, it's scary and toxic. It is kind of amazing that after she calls this out as a poor attempt at manipulation, basically, he's just gonna keep running with it. I thought we web-fished, and then we went on a car ride, and I forget where we went, but then we talked, and you didn't like that I brought up the time I drunk-drived, and I felt bad for making you feel bad. And then you went home, and we broke up, and I was upset. What do you mean, blank? I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about here. It's not the timeline of events at all. Also, it sounds like a second grader's book report. Then you went home, and we broke up, and I was upset. Blank, I don't know if you're having an episode, but that's not what happened. Please go reread our messages here or on Discord to remember the timeline of events. Call your friends if you have to, please. Please, please. Just let me go. I want to break up. We are broken up. You said it yourself. Blank, can we just call? Please? They always think they can manipulate better on the phone or in person, and it very well might be true. I just want you to be happy and move on, and I just want to be on my own and focus on myself. I really don't know what else to tell you. Why won't you listen to me? You need to go to therapy and figure this out. This attachment is unhealthy. You hurt the hell out of me, and terrified the hell out of me when you tried to disappear. I don't understand why I'm so much easier to throw away than blank. I'm not expecting you to not be hurt or upset, but the way you're handling it is unfair. Since Christmas, I've asked for space, and I've never received it. You backed me into a corner. And now when I want space, you suddenly forget everything and act like nothing happened? I want to give you space, not pretend you never existed. I'm so confused what your definition of space is. I'll accept any and all blame. I just want this to be over. You wanted us to fail from the start. Goodbye, blank. I hope you get the help you need. Goodbye. I hope you don't manipulate someone else. I'm going to block you so this doesn't continue any longer. I want to let you know. Oh, so I guess she's actually manipulating him. What sense that makes, only this guy knows. And then he edited an old love playlist to say, lying asshole, you killed my empathy. She's dead from the start. And it looks like he changed the songs to try to insult her. That was a good use of time. Blocked him on everything, I thought, and he contacted me via email. This was January 16th, 2025. I never replied. Save yourself. Hello. You won't expect anything from me anymore. All I wanted to say is that from the bottom of my heart, I hate who you became. I hate the fact you willingly surrendered to battle. This person that brings pain and misery for their own self-loathing. I saw a glimpse of who you were meant to be, and I will mourn that girl I saw. I loved her so much. I hope that you find what you're looking for, and I'm the last person you'll tear the heart out of. I hope you kill this facade, be somebody who can be loved. If you really loved me, you wouldn't let this pain you gave me be in vain. You don't need to reply. This was a last bit of closure for me, because it's the least you owe me. You owe me big time, and I see it's something I'll have to move on from. If any of it ever mattered, I'd go through that pain to kiss you for the very first time again. I hope we meet again in another life. Goodbye. Does anyone actually think he stopped this time? Yeah, he didn't. Contacted her again on January 28th. No subject. I'm sorry, I just want to talk to you one last time. You really just pulled the rug under me, and I've been in constant agony I can't remove. I truly am alone now. He just sounds like Chris Chan in the Megan emails at this point. I wonder if she shattered his heart down to 0%. Then he messaged her from a completely new number, also January 28th. I really do need to talk to you. I don't think you realize how much agony this put me through, how sudden this was. I am actually all alone now. I was at the hospital, and I'm chill right now. This is the real I'm done thing. I'm sorry. I do mean it. And if you will allow me, I will explain. Sent roses and chocolate to my house that arrived at 11 p.m. at night. I thought I had deleted my address, text delete both ways, and was terrified to know he still had it. This was February 10th, literally just a few days ago. Still never replied. Another new number. He got an entire new phone to contact me. This was today, Valentine's Day 2025. Well, whatever you did on Valentine's Day, join me in being glad that I wasn't doing this. Hey, this is blank. All I wanted to say is that I have no recollection what the hell happened. I'm really sorry whatever I did. I just remember how horrible I felt, and I just ended up in the hospital. If you'll talk to me again, I would appreciate it. If I don't hear anything around March-ish, I'll assume bridges got burnt. I'm sorry, blank. I ended up getting a new phone. I'm really sorry. I'm just scared I did something bad. To you. No, he's not getting new numbers to harass her. It was all a coincidence, so feel sorry for him. I don't think I could forgive myself if I did. If it's convenient, could I at least know if you're physically okay? I don't know. I'm scared something happened to you. Partially tempted to come see you. I felt like it's selfish. It's just eating me up inside. And he finally forces a response out of her by threatening to just show up against her will, which he proved he can do by sending gifts. Man, I hate this fucking prick. Never show up to my house. I moved out, and my parents shouldn't have to deal with that. Please don't send them anything again. Please leave me alone before I file for harassment. I clearly don't want further contact, yet you've contacted me via 2 new numbers? I seriously mean it. Never contact me again. Yeah, wow, that was really something. What was the question here? Am I overreacting if I file for harassment? Creepy X. No, this guy needs a stalking charge if he doesn't cut it out. Anyway, it's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about the posts or the content, let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them while the video's new. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of the same. And big thanks to my generous patrons who support me more directly over on Patreon. It's really helping me make ends meet. I think this was video number 10 this month, my monthly goal. I might be back in the next few days anyway though, so we'll see. I do still have this stupid letter to read. Have a great day, everyone, and try not to fall for the clumsiest manipulation tactics in the world.